Okay, next we have Louisville. Sorry, Louisville fans. Um, 8-5 a year ago, and then their coach left slash was encouraged to leave in Scott Satterfield, and they brought in Jeff
Okay.
Brom, the
Right.
the the chosen one. The old Louisville quarterback comes from Purdue after turning them down, I think 4 years ago. Um, their line set at 8 or 8.5 wins, so Vegas is pretty high on them. They were actually solid last year, so yeah, but this year the team will look completely different. They bring in Jack Plummer, who it sounds like will pretty clearly be the starter there. They have some other guys, but it sounds like he's kind of separated himself. And Brom also brought in like all kinds of other transfers. They brought in five transfer receivers and five transfer offensive linemen,
Yep.
um, and six transfer DBs, including a guy Marcus Washington, who played for
Yeah.
Georgia. Their defense was pretty good last year. They did lose most of their pass rushers, but still feel like they might have a decent defense. One name that I'm hearing a little bit about is Jarvis Brownlee, who has a chance to be pretty good. But really, with Louisville, because it's a new coach, I'd say it's more of a probably looking at them more of a bigger picture than getting into the weeds with some of those different positions. How do you view Louisville, or do you have specific thoughts deep in the weeds of them?
Satterfield he's been on the way out for a while, right?
Sure.
Like that's been coming. Brom going to Louisville confused me. It did. Like why leave a job to I understand like yeah, from Louisville ties and that's great. The ACC, you want to be in the Big Ten. Like we'll just say that in the coming years with the big changeup that's happening, you don't want to be in the ACC right now, which was kind of confusing to me. That's super big picture. In the meantime, he could be really good. You look at Louisville's schedule; they avoid Clemson, they avoid Florida State, they avoid kind of the two big boys in that conference.
Yeah.
They do play Notre Dame. It's a home game for them,
They
but they
also
have some
avoid North
trade.
Carolina, by the way.
They don't play North Carolina. They do, and they always have their yearly matchup with Kentucky, which is, I mean, that's always a tough one for Louisville, right? The number at 8.5, I like Louisville. I think Louisville covers. I'm going to go over only just mainly because the schedule kind of lines up for them. The schedule really lines up for them. You catch Notre Dame and you catch Kentucky non-conference games, but it doesn't matter. I think they'll be fine. I think you can drop both of those. You can drop another one and still be okay. Yeah, I think the schedule is very favorable.
Can get you some push insurance with an 8, by the way.
Let's do it,
And
please.
I'm going to join you on the over. I really love this hire for Louisville. Um, yeah, it does feel like maybe he maxed out what he can do at Purdue. Jeff Brom, of course, and so he goes to Louisville, see if he can do something with the alma mater. The ACC is, other than the top two, it's wide open. So we could literally see Louisville be number 3 in the ACC in year one with Brom. Theoretically, it's possible.
Sure.